Well, hello everyone. All right, so welcome to Canis English. And in this lesson of English tips today, I'm going to explain to you the differences between do and doing. So I'm really excited because these are some of the phrases that you can use to elevate your English to the next level. All right, so these English phrases and constructions that will help you sound more natural in conversations. All right, so without further ado, without waiting so far, so let's keep going. So how do you do? Let's start with how do you do? How do you do? This is a formal expression, all right? It's a formal expression that is used in formal settings to express another person in as simple as saying hello. So instead of you saying hello, you just say, how do you do? All right, so it's a polite way. You go in a meeting and you say, how do you do to your meeting colleagues or to your business people? Okay, next, how are you doing? All right, so next up is, how are you doing? So when you're using the word or the phrase, how are you doing, it actually shows to say, you want to know how the person is faring. All right, so it's a casual way and is often used in everyday conversations. So you might hear variations like, how are you? All right, or simply, how are you doing? So when you just want to say, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing? So instead of how are you doing, it's like, how are you? Or how are you doing? Okay, all right, so let's go and move on to the next phrase. After talking about how you're doing, now we're going to have the phrase of could do with. Okay, so could do with. Now, let's talk about this useful phrase that you can actually use to level up your level of English. All right, so let's say, for example, you have a cooking going on and the soup is less. Your friend says, well, this soup could do with a little bit more salt in it. So it could do with, it means like if you put something on it, you're going to improve it to become better. All right. So the negations or the negative form of could do with is obviously couldn't do with. So if you put more salt, the friend is going to give you a different answer. The next phrase is going to be, what are you doing here? Oh my God, what are you doing here? So it actually means you see someone in a place where you did not expect them to be there in the first place. All right? So it's like, hey, what are you doing here? All right? You're surprised to see a particular person right there waiting for you. Okay? And stuff like that. All right, so you actually did not expect them to be there. So it conveys that you're surprised. You just don't expect to see people there, and that person was there for, by mistake, according to you. All right, so let's have a recap over here. And these are the words or the phrases that we talked about today. So how are you doing? That's the first one. How do you do? Okay. And could do with. And what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Come on, man. Go learn some English. You were not supposed to be here in the first place. All right, guys. So for these tips and more, I can't wait to see you in my next lessons in the future. If you want to improve your English and speak like a native, all right, if you want to improve your fluency, then hit that bell button, subscribe, and follow for more. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Cheers.